session on what you need to do to make sure that you have as good SEO housekeeping practices to ensure that you have a better chance of showing up on search. And this is the kind of work that nobody likes. This is the kind of back-breaking grunt work that absolutely nobody really enjoys doing, but it is crucial for your search and for making sure that your blog content strategy or your content strategy works to your benefit as a business, as a solo professional, or as a freelancer, or as a content creator. So let's get right in and let's get going. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment and share your insights and tips and let me know what you think. But I will be engaging with you directly at the end of the session on the Q&A if you have any questions, that is. So I'm not even opening a chat overlay to see what you're typing in. I'm just going right in and deep dive into what you need to do. There are 6 tips for good SEO housekeeping. So let's get right in. So on the screen, you're seeing for your reference, I am using WordPress as the reference, but if you're blogging on any other platform, this holds true as well. No matter which blogging platform you use, these housekeeping tips are essential and it'll work for your benefit. So inside your WordPress blogs, you'll have a list of blogs here. Um, so inside your WordPress, you will have a list of blogs that you can take a look at. Now there will be a number of pages that are demarcated for your blogs. As you can see on the bottom right corner or on the top right corner, you will see that there are about 18 pages. I had about 27 pages to start with, and that's the tip number one. Please delete any old content that you have, anything that's not relevant anymore, any content that doesn't get you traffic at all, and anything that's irrelevant today. Please do delete those things because one, it's a mess inside your blog. Two, it adds to the dead weight that also adds to slow loading for your website, because the server has to call in a lot more data to try and load your website for people when they're asking to load your site on their browsers. So it's a good habit to keep deleting anything that's not of relevance or is no longer getting you the traffic. So after I deleted my blog post, it's now down to 18 pages, and this is the first step. So please do delete anything that doesn't make any more sense to you. Now, having said that, because you deleted some of the posts, you will need a link checker plugin for WordPress, which is very handy and a lifesaver, so to speak, and it'll help you keep checking for broken links while you keep deleting and keep working on your SEO housekeeping, and keep letting you know if there are any broken links per se. I personally use broken link checker from WPMU Dev. You can use any plugin you want and make sure that you set a time period for which the plugin will work, and keep checking for links regularly at that specified frequency. So let's say you have 24 hours, 48 hours, 60 hours, or 72 hours, and it goes on from there. You can set it up the way you want, and you will also get emails when there are broken link detected. So you can go right into your post and keep changing those links. A good thing about broken link checker, at least, is the fact that they'll also allow you to do unlinking. They'll allow you to edit the URL right there, or they'll allow you to dismiss the prompt saying that it's not a broken link. So you have several features of that sort. So I would highly recommend you use a broken link checker plugin to make sure that your blogs are up to date, are fresh, and they give a better experience for your readers when they land on your blog. So that's point number two. Point number three is about actually doing the hard work inside your blog post. Now, this is an old blog post that I have, and the few things that are obvious that you need to look at is obviously the titles, the subheadings. Look for any custom HTML scripts that you might not be using, any shortcodes of plugins inside WordPress that you might not be using. Check for links, and also take this opportunity to add, edit, or update the content as you go. So this particular blog post here also shows images. There are chances that your images might not be displaying at all, so you might want to upload new images or upload a replacement for this image and keep it presentable that way. Be sure to check your links. Be sure to check to see if these links work or not. Are you internal linking or not? Are you linking to any external sources? If so, are those sources working? Are those sources even live? You might want to check on that. You might want to ensure that everything is appropriate. You also can take this opportunity to ensure that your SEO is good and is set up the way it needs to be set up. For your reference, I'm using Yoast SEO plugin inside the blog. So I have these little green signals here that say that what SEO is fine. I don't have the time for readability analysis at the moment, but I can at least quickly check to see if the SEO thing is on or not. So this is a great opportunity for you to update, add, edit, check for links, check for titles, check for subheadings, and on all of that sort. There are also chances, like I said, that you might be left with a few HTML scripts that you might not be using, or a few short codes that might have gone missing because you deleted that plugin. So you can see an example right here that I have this HTML script that I'm not using anymore, and I'm going to delete it right away. Also check for links, make sure that they all work. You'll also notice that sometimes your subheadings, for example, or links or anything of that sort will be nestled inside HTML tags. Now, those HTML tags, you might want to use them the way they are, or you might want to just switch over to Gutenberg's HTML headings. So if I wanted to, I could just remove this entire thing here because I don't want it to be nestled in a HTML plugin. I mean, an HTML script. Instead, I want to add it here and use the Gutenberg to create a heading here so that I have a far more cleaner experience when it comes to creating your headings and things like that. Now, if you're using the title is obviously on H1, but your subheading should be H2, and anything below that subheading, let's say you have subheadings under the subheadings, you could use H3 or H4 as the case may be. So you will notice that all of this requires work and this requires to go. So I'll have to delete this. So this is the thing that you've got to do. Point number 4 is to make sure that you add a call to action to your blog post. Now, many of your older blog posts might not have a call to action at all. Maybe the newer ones have it. I have covered calls to actions extensively in my your YouTube channel at youtube.com/fetch profits. If you're watching this live on YouTube, you can also go check out my channel and you will be able to find it there, as to how to add calls to actions to your blog posts and why you need to add them. I call it purposeful blogging. You need to ensure that your blog strategy and your content strategy actually ties in to enable you to generate leads and sales and make that work for you. You don't want to be blogging for the sake of blogging. You want it to generate results for your business. And for that reason, I call it the purposeful blogging part. And I've also covered a few videos on how to add calls to action without using any third party plugins by just using Gutenberg inside your blog post. So here's how I do it. I click on that little plus icon on the right and check this particular widget here. It says weekly digest, which is my primary call to action, which leads people to go and sign up for my newsletter on Twitter. So this is the main call to action I have, and that leads me to point number 5, where you can add what is called as breadcrumbs to your blog post. So each of your blog posts should have breadcrumbs. These are essential for SEO. They are little things, but these things matter. So thankfully for me, Yoast SEO plugin, even the free version, gives you Yoast breadcrumbs that I could use as a part of Gutenberg blocks itself. So if you want to go look for it, if you have SEO breadcrumbs installed, I mean, if you have your SEO plugin Yoast installed and you have breadcrumbs enabled inside that plugin, then you can find this Yoast breadcrumbs showing up. Click on that, and you will find that it will automatically add a breadcrumb here, which is a good practice for SEO as well. And that leads me to the final point, which is essential, is I hope you're practicing internal linking while blogging, right, which is to link from your existing blog to any of the relevant other blogs on your site itself. So you need to keep linking to other relevant blogs inside your blog post. While you're doing that, while you're working on your older blog posts, it's advisable to add links to your newer blog posts to ensure that you have some SEO love going towards the new blog post that you just published. What What happens then is that you end up speeding up the process of Google finding and indexing your new blog post, and helps you show up on search a lot faster than normal. So this is an opportunity for you. Apart from adding, editing, and deleting anything inside the older blog post that you're working on at the moment, you can also add something like read, and then add something that's relevant, which is pointing to a newer blog post that you have just published, maybe recently published. So these are the 6 tips for SEO housekeeping that I hope are of value to you. I would urge you to do this, no matter how how hard it might sound, or no matter how time consuming it might be, because this is essential for your good SEO practices. So that that's the end of the session. This was a short live session. This is the first time I'm going live, so please pardon me if there have been any ahs, and any technical glitches per se. If you are new to this channel, and if you are watching me live for the first time, please do ensure that you follow me on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching me on live, if you're watching me on LinkedIn live, if you're watching me on Twitter live, please do follow me there as well. You can follow me using the links as shown in the screen. Twitter @fetchprofits.com, LinkedIn at the rate, um, I mean, it won't go with at the rate, but linkedin.com/in/. Ashwin Satyanarayana. And you can also go to my YouTube and sign up there, or subscribe to my channel at youtube.com/fetchprofits. If you would like to go live stream, I would appreciate it if you use the link shown here, fetchprofit.com/restream, and sign up for a free restream account to enable you to live stream the way I'm doing now. I would encourage you to do live streams as well. They're an amazing way to connect with the community, get your followers more, get more followers, and ensure that more impact for your content. And if you have not known this before, you can also go check out my courses at courses.fetchprofits.com. I would like to thank you again for checking me out live. If you have any questions, I will answer them. If you don't, that's fine. You can also comment, or respond, or tweet, the way, no matter where you're watching this live from. So thank you so much. Have a great day. Stay safe and keep publishing.